Well, hello everyone. Welcome to this Modular DS Connect 2026. We are very happy to see that there is a lot of people already connecting to the live stream. I'm Hector de Prada, one of the founders of Modular DS, and I am with Reyes, part of the Modular DS team. Reyes, how are you?
Hello, everyone. I'm doing great. Hector, how are you? Are you ready?
Very good. Yeah, I'm ready. I've been waiting for this since last week. So yeah, very excited because of all the nice guests and speakers we have today with us. Very excited also with everything we have to share. Okay, because it's gonna be a lot of surprises today. And of course, excited to see what we have been seeing like during the week in the registrations that there is people from all around the world. I see there is people already saying that they are seeing us from Germany. It would be amazing if you guys can tell us in the chat, like, where are you watching this from? Like, where are you based? I see European countries. Let's see. Somebody not from Europe, maybe America, Latin America, Asia. Although the timing not so good for them. Just let us know. Okay, Spain, nice. So, Regis, what people tell us, what do we have in the store today? Like, what's the schedule?
Yeah, I was just reading through the comments. Germany, Sweden as well. Nice. Welcome everyone. So, what's on the agenda today? Well, we have three great guests joining us. First, Jack from Rankmath, then Oliver from Patchstack, and of course Matt Tutorials, as many of you may know him. And each of them are bringing something different to the table. So we are going to talk about SEO in the age of AI. We're going to talk about the WordPress security, and I think we're going to have a look at how to run like a maintenance business with Matt as well. And after that, we're going to see everything that's new in Modular 3.0, Modular DS 3.0. Sorry, our next big release. And I think there will be also time for Q&A, right, Hector?
Yes, definitely. Everybody who is watching this, all of you in the chat, we see all the countries now. During any of the talks, you can write your questions during the talks, and then after each one of the speakers finish their presentation or interview, we will do a couple of questions, and of course, at the end, we will also do some questions about Modular DS 3.0. So I think that's all from my part for now. Reyes, I'm gonna leave you with our first guest speaker, and I'll go to the chat with everybody else.
Perfect. Thank you, Hector. See you later.
See you.
Bye. All right, let's get into it. So, our first guest today is Jack from Rankmath, who will be talking about the three-phase framework to win AA search. Welcome, Jack. How are you?
Hi, how are you? I'm good, Riaz.
I'm doing great as well. So, if you work with WordPress, sorry, one second. If you work with WordPress and care about SEO, you have probably heard about or come across Jack's content. But for anyone who doesn't know you yet, Jack, could you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do at RankMath?
Sure, no problem. Hi, my name is Jack. I'm the head of product education at RankMath. I started off my journey as a blogger and have many years of SEO experience before I joined RankMath as a video content creator. And it's a great pleasure to be here. So, in case you don't know what RankMath is, and I'm pretty sure everybody should know, but it is one of the top WordPress SEO plugins on the market that helps any business rank well on the search engines. And right now it's 10 plus p.m. in Singapore, so I'm kind of half asleep, but I will do my best to give you a fully awake presentation. So pardon me if I make any mistakes.
Thank you so much, Jack. So I think since it's already pretty late for you, I'm going backstage. The stage is all yours. So take it away. I'll see you later for the Q&A. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Riaz, can you please share my presentation for me? Cool. Thank you very much. So now let me first I want to first share everything I want to first say that everything that I'm sharing today is based on what I dig through our own data at RankMath and talking to many SEO professionals. And something that I've come across many times is a framework with 3 phases every brand goes through. If a brand is in phase 1, tries to implement strategies from phase 3, they will not see any results. And if brands from phase 3 neglect strategies from phase 1 and 2, they may see a decline in their brand demand. And we're going to talk about this framework. But let's start with this. And I'll keep this brief because I'm sure we all know AI is important. The data shows that 37% of consumers now start their searches with AI tools, not Google. And when they do click through an AI recommendation, that traffic converts 5 times higher than traditional search traffic. But here's the part that should really change how we think about our work. 83% of AI searches ended without a single click. The user get their answers directly inside the chat interface. So what does this
Jack?
tell? Sorry.
Sorry to interrupt you, but I believe I'm seeing you a little frozen. I mean, I think the presentation is going. I mean, I can see and it's going good, but I see your image frozen. I don't know if it's just me, but I think if I don't know, maybe can you ask you to rejoin again, or I can see you. Okay, everything is working
Okay, can you see
now.
me now?
Okay, let's try then. I think it's working now, but we were all seeing you a little bit frozen. So just to make sure.
Okay.
It's frozen again? Okay. Okay. If we are seeing in the comments that people are seeing you like going frozen again. So I don't know.
Maybe let me rejoin it.
Yeah, I think if you don't mind, if you could rejoin, that would be great.
Okay.
Yeah, just in
Give
case.
me 1 moment.
Thank you so much. Let's just wait a few more minutes to see if it works for Jack. Also, just a reminder until we wait for Jack to rejoin, if you have any questions for him about SEO or AI search, which I'm sure a lot of you have many questions, just you can leave them in the comments and we will go through them after Jack's talk. So hello, welcome again, Jack.
Yes.
Sorry that I had to interrupt.
No problem. Let me share my screen again.
Of course, feel free to share your presentation again. I'll share that on a screen, and hopefully it will work better. We'll see. Okay, I'm going to backstage. See you later.
Okay. So I think I'm frozen again, but okay. But anyway, let's just continue. Okay.
Yes, I think your image, right? Your screen's frozen, but can you try just sharing? Yeah, the presentation. I mean, the screen. What you're sharing actually is not frozen, so it's weird. It's just your camera.
I think I'll just continue with the presentation, and then
yes,
then we will.
Or you can turn off your camera and just leave the presentation. Whatever it works for you. But problem. Let's move on. Thank you, Jack. I'm sorry.
No problem. Okay, but anyway, I'll just continue. Okay, so sorry, we just stopped here. But anyway, let's continue. The question right now is not how do we rank. It's when someone asks AI a related question, does the brand get recommended? So with this understanding, let's talk about the framework because it covers every stage of a brand. So every brand you work with sits at one of 3 phases of AI visibility. Phase 1 is zero presence, a brand new business with no website history, no reviews, no mentions anywhere. To an AI model, they are completely invisible. They simply don't exist in the training data yet. Phase 2 is foundational. They have a website, some content, maybe a few reviews. AI mentions them occasionally, but inconsistently and with low to medium confidence. Phase 3 is established, a known brand with press coverage and community mentions. AI cites them regularly with positive sentiment. Now, the question is, how do you know which phase the brand is actually in? I recommend running a quick 5-step diagnosis before you work on any strategy. First, the AI audit prompt. You go to ChatGPT or Perplexity and ask, ignore any saved data. What does your general training data say about this brand? You are testing the brand's raw presence in the model. If an AI can't be sure about a brand, they are in phase 1. Second, check Google Search Console for branded search queries. This will tell you if there are people searching for the brand. Third, do a Google search for third-party mentions. Use search operators such as quoted brand name minus site:/brand.com. This strips out the brand's website and shows you the PR, the forum chatter, and the independent articles. Fourth, look at the review ecosystem. Check Google Business Profile, G2, Trustpilot. AI heavily weighs aggregated review sentiment. And fifth, the category recommendation test. Ask AI to list the best products or services in the niche the brand is in. If the brand isn't listed, they lack category authority. And this is how I would categorize a brand. I would use the average of these metrics to determine which phase a brand belongs to. And once you know the phase, you apply the right strategy. So let's start with phase 1. So here's the core problem. Phase 1 is all about market presence. If your brand is not known to the market, there is no point in spending a ton of money and effort on SEO. SEO at this point is not working because no one will be searching for your brand and your brand will not be recommended. But a simple website with core pages is still a must for foundational SEO. If a brand is in this phase, you would have to build the raw material that AI will eventually learn from. For B2C or consumer brands, focus on niche influencer seeding. Partner with micro-influencers and media creators to generate authentic reviews and user-generated content across different platforms. You also create your own content on TikTok, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts because they are now being put directly into Google AI overviews and Bing Copilot answers. So short form video is not just a social play, it's a direct AI visibility play. You should also work on long form videos if your customer needs to know how to use your product. Now, for B2B clients, the pattern that keeps coming up is founder-led thought leadership. Get the founder on niche podcasts, publish on LinkedIn, and contributing to industry publications consistently. This works because AI models are trained heavily on these sources, and that's how to build entity signals that AI can verify. Once the brand has some kind of buzz and generating branded searches, the brand moves into phase 2. And this is where the strategy shifts from demand creation to demand capture. The goal is to own every branded keyword and its underlying intent. So in this phase, you will rely a lot on the data from Google Search Console. If your pages or homepage is ranking for quote, brand plus feature or brand plus problem keywords, but you do not have a specific page ranking for the branded keyword, you would create an intent specific landing page to target the branded keyword. If someone searches for brand reviews, you want to have a dedicated testimonial page ranking for the keyword. If people are searching for brand plus discount, you want to create a page that targets all branded transactional keywords. And then find what AI is already citing for branded keywords. Ask Perplexity, ChatGPT, or any other AI platforms for the best services in your niche and note which third-party directories or publications show up in the answer. Get the brand featured on those exact sources if it is not already there. That's much more targeted approach than generic link building. The third is multi-platform video. Double down on the effort into creating more videos related to how the brand's products solve a specific problem. This will increase the chances of being mentioned on AI searches because the transcript gives AI a rich extractable text source. The fourth is to expand the brand's reviews review presence. AI, AI brand builds consensus across multiple sources. So you want your brand to be on Google Business Profile if it is a local business, or other review platforms like Trustpilot, G2, etc., that are relevant to the niche. Work on improving the brand sentiment, because consistent positive reviews across platforms are one of the clearest trust signals for AI. And allow me to add that RankMath will be releasing an AI visibility tracking tool that can track brand mentions and analyze brand sentiment. So do subscribe to our YouTube channel at RankMath to get notified on the release. Anyway, for any written content on your site, you can follow this content structure so that AI can easily extract information from your pages. First, you have to have an answer first intro, as 44% of citations come from the top 30% of the page. Then have clear H2 and H3 headings with immediate answer after each title. Add 5 to 8 FAQ per page. Implement schema and refresh content every 2 to 3 months. Now, once your brand has steadily been mentioned on AI searches for problem-solving queries, you move to phase 3. Now, phase 3, the brand is already well known. The game shifts to share of voice, meaning how often do the brand appear compared to its competitors when AI is asked about the category or niche. To win here, run competitive benchmarking using AI prompts. Find gaps in how AI describes the brand versus competitors. If the AI is recommending the competitor based on their strengths or mentioning your weaknesses, the brand really needs to look at how to improve on the weaknesses and strengthen its strong attributes. In this phase, the brand should also publish original research, as AI strongly favors unique data points it can't find anywhere else, like a state of industry reports or a client survey or benchmark study. These attracts newsrooms, niche publicators, backlinks, and AI citations all at once. Also, you should focus on building relationship with recognized experts and partnering with them for content co-creation. These are the strategies for stage 3. So the key is tracking the right signals at the right time. In phase 1, you are looking for those first brand mentions to appear in AI responses. In phase 2, you are tracking referral traffic from AI platforms in GA4 and monitoring branded search volume in Search Console. By phase 3, you are measuring share of voice against competitors using tools like Otterly AI, SEMrush AI Visibility, or RankMath AI Visibility. And to make this easy to apply, here's a one-page playbook. These are the exact tactics for all 3 phases side by side. But I want to flag something important. Phase 3 strategies will fail for phase 1 brands. If a brand has no presence, no entity signals, no reviews, running competitive benchmarking for publishing original research won't move the needle. Nobody knows who they are yet. You have to earn the right to compete at that level. But here's the flip side. If your brand is already in phase 3, that does not mean that you stop doing phase 1 and phase 2 work. You still seed mentions, you still build reviews, you still structure content for extraction. The difference is the shift in your focus. Phase 1 and 2 becomes maintenance and amplification, not the primary strategy. The primary strategy at phase 3 is winning share of voice. So with this, if you found this framework useful, we actually dive a lot deeper into these exact strategies over at our RankMath YouTube channel. And if you need tools to win in traditional and AI searches, do check out what we can do for you at rankmath.com. Thank you so much to Modular DS for having me today. I'm happy to take on any questions you have.
I think I'm mute. That was really good, Jack. Thank you so much. I think a lot of people here in the audience are going to go back probably and revisit their content strategy after this. I think we're going to move on to the Q&A, but I think I'll kick things off with a question, and then I'll bring in a few from the chat. So my first question actually is, how does RankMath actually help you show up in AI search or optimize for AI search?
Okay, so if you don't know, I'm pretty sure everybody know RankMath again is one of the easiest SEO plugin to help any website appear on traditional search engines. And I know that there are many people who claim that traditional SEO doesn't work, AI doesn't care about schema, but actually that is just surface information. Yes, AI don't rely on schema markups, but when they do search the web, being asked a question and which they will, where do they get the information from? Traditional search engines. And what is the language of traditional search? Is schema markup. So if your website is not well optimized and structured, can you appear on traditional search to eventually appear on AI searches? No. So the traditional search and SEO is still the foundation of everything, and RankMath is one of the best tools to help businesses appear on traditional search and AI searches indirectly. Also, as I've said earlier, we are releasing tools to help brands track their AI brand mentions and sentiment, and we'll be releasing that very soon. And recently, we also released a tool called AI Link Genius that help any website find high quality and relevant internal links using AI. So this is how we are going to help our brands focus on traditional search as well as AI searches.
Perfect. Super complete. I think it's so clear. And I think a lot of us here today are super familiar with rank math. So we're going to see if we have more questions in the chat. I think I read quite a few interesting ones. So maybe we can show any of them here on screen. Okay, the first one says, do you have studies on how user memories within the LLM or question length affects responses for the same query across different verticals, niches?
LLM question length. It actually depends on how long your question and how detailed your question is. If, for example, your question includes many different attributes, the AI will start to look for many different, using the fan out queries to find many different answers for you, based on what you have typed as a prompt. So it does affect in many instances. So I hope this answers you. It does matters what you prompt.
Perfect. I think it answers, but I mean, if you have any other follow-up questions, just share them in the chat. We have a few more. Pablo says, are backlinks still important? A good one as well, yeah.
Yes, that is still important, but not the most important right now. Right now is more about being mentioned on. It doesn't matter if you have backlinks, as long as your brand is being mentioned on other websites, especially authoritative websites, it is still considered kind of like a backlink. So it is either way. Backlinks are still important, but not as important as in the past.
Indeed. And I think we have a few more minutes, so we can maybe answer a few more questions. Do we have? Perfect. Can I add subject of schema to our homepage with rank math? Is there a guide for how to do this?
You can probably use a custom schema, but we do not have a template schema for that. So if you would like, it really depends on. Can I ask a question back to you? I want to ask, what is the purpose of adding that subject of schema? If you can reply me, maybe I can share some thoughts with you.
Sure. Let's see if we. Otherwise, I was going to say, or you can maybe you can follow up, Jack, maybe.
Okay, sure,
after.
no problem.
Yeah. I mean, you can share with us, where
But,
people
okay.
can also find
So
you. And
generally, you can just add a custom schema if you can find, if you can probably ask AI to code that for you, and you can add that through custom schema as well.
okay, I think we got the answer there, but yeah.
to show in the schema that we have third-party articles written. Oh, I see. Yep. So you can add that through custom schema.
Perfect. Thank you for that, Jack. So I think since we had that little issue with the camera, I think we are going to leave it here. But Jack, could you maybe let us know where people can find you if they have any follow-up questions or if they just want to learn more about what you do?
Okay, sure. It's a pleasure to be here. You can find us on YouTube. Our handle is @rankmath, or you can find us on rankmath.com. And from everyone at RankMath and Group One, we want to thank you again for this opportunity. Have a great one.
Thank you so much, Jack. Also, I know it's more than 10 p.m. for your time, so extra thanks for making this work. It was a pleasure to have you join us today, and hope to see you soon, maybe in another event. So thank you so much, Jack.
Thank you so much, Reyes.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Well, that's a wrap on Jack's lightning talk. Staying on the topic of things that keep WordPress professionals up at night. Our next guest is someone who knows a lot about WordPress security. So please welcome with me Oliver from Patchstack to the stage. Hello, Oliver. Welcome.
Hello.
And thank you for joining us.
Thanks for inviting me. It's great to be here.
So Oliver, do you want maybe, well, first of all, we're going to have a conversation about WordPress security for those who don't know yet. But before kicking things off, would you like maybe to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit more about what Patchstack does as well?
Hello, everyone. I'm Oliver. I'm one of the co-founders and the CEO of Patchstack. I've been working on web security and WordPress security for more than 10 years now. So it's been a ride. We've seen all kinds of things happen in the industry, and I would say especially the last 12 months have been one of the most exciting times. What we do is we do very deep security research on finding out about security vulnerabilities before the hackers do. So our goal is to provide the fastest protection to the websites, and the only way to do that is to know about the security vulnerabilities and threats before the bad guys can get to them and use that for the bad stuff. So we are the largest security coordinator in the WordPress ecosystem. Roughly 75% of all known security vulnerabilities in the WordPress ecosystem have been coordinated by us. So if you hear about the security vulnerability found in some of the plugins, etc., there is a very high chance that we have been in the process of making it public, helping the developers to fix these vulnerabilities, and then ultimately also protect all of the customers who are using those plugins, etc. So that's very much like what we focus on, and that's what we spend most of our time at.
Thank you for that intro, Oliver. And we know that well. Modular DS are partners of Patchstack as well. We have we keep working together, which is great. And Oliver, one of the first questions that I had is in the latest State of WordPress Security report that you shared yearly. You said that more than 11,000 new vulnerabilities in the WordPress ecosystem happened last year, which I think with more high severity issues discovered than in the 2 previous years combined. So my first question there is, what's driving that increase? And is actually AI starting to amplify that kind of security problem?
It's amplifying it to an insane degree. We've been, I would say, like 4 or 5 years ago, we created this kind of like a bug bounty program in the WordPress ecosystem that if you find a vulnerability in any of the plugins, then you can report it to Patchstack, and we reward everyone who does that in an ethical way. we've always seen kind of like steady growth of the program, and last year there was like an explosion. And the big reason behind that explosion is just AI. AI models, like large language models, are very much capable of reading through the code and figuring out where the vulnerabilities are. And now if you combine that with ethical hackers who are using this to find vulnerabilities at scale, we are at the point where I would say in January alone we had, I think in January or February, we had like 3,000 security vulnerability reports being reported to our program. The average was usually around like 300. So we suddenly jumped like 10x in terms of the reports that are coming in. And it's like we've always thought of security as like a people's problem, in the sense that why we created this bug bounty program was as well because internally we had a certain amount of security researchers in our team, but there's 60,000 WordPress plugins. So how do we get security research done on all of them? So we created this crowdsourced platform. We created gamification, bug bounty, all these kind of things to be able to even look at all of those plugins. And now what we see is that AI is just capable of going through all of it crazy speed, and in a way it is. It's a double-edged sword, right? It is useful for the defenders to secure their code, but it's also at the same time useful for the attackers to do the attacks faster than ever before. So this is very much what we see. It's being amplified significantly in terms of the number of security vulnerabilities found, but also the speed to how fast the vulnerabilities are being exploited and taken advantage of.
Actually, that was one of my other questions that I had. Is that I read in the same report that attackers now exploit new vulnerabilities within an average of just 5 hours or so, if I remember correctly. So
yes.
what does mean in practice for an agency managing client sites? Does that change? Do you think, like, what professionals need to do and how fast they need to react now compared to, I don't know, like a few years ago?
Something that we've always heard since, I would say, we started the company is like, you always hear someone say that, oh, just keep your plugins updated, you'll be fine. This has actually never been true. And this is, even more so visible now why it isn't true. First of all, when we look into the security vulnerabilities that we find, I think roughly half of them now are vulnerabilities that actually don't have an update available the moment when a vulnerability has been found. So you're basically in a situation where that, like, the hackers know that your website has a vulnerability in those plugins, but you don't even have an ability to update anything because the update is not released yet. So you're kind of like in this, your only option is to delete the plugin or hard code a fix into it, which 99% of people won't do because you don't want to break the website, or you don't know actually how to hard code a fix into it. Now, the second part of that is, in fact, the ability to exploit vulnerabilities really fast. If we look into like the most exploited vulnerabilities in the WordPress ecosystem, they are mostly not 0 days, and 0-day vulnerabilities mean where vulnerability has been found and attacked before the developer even knows about it. Most of the vulnerabilities are what we call like an N-day or like 1-day vulnerabilities, which means that vulnerability has been fixed in a plugin, and then the hackers are like monitoring what kind of changes have been done in the new versions, and when they identify that there has been functions that have been, for example, sanitized, or like you can very specifically see if there's like been security changes done into functions, they can actually reverse engineer very fast whether that was a security fix, and then exploit the websites as fast as possible before most of the users had time to update. So the attackers are specifically trying to attack the websites as quickly as possible, so they would be acting before majority of the people had time to update. And this is now with AI, the process of reverse engineering a plugin update that has security fix into a working exploit, it used to take significantly more time, where you needed to go through like, the diffs or like the differences of the vulnerable version and the fixed version, and then you go through the code, and then you look like, oh, where could the fix be, and like how exactly is it vulnerable? You have to figure all of this out, so it took time. And then once you figured it out, you needed to build an exploit or a script that would then go after all these websites to take, backdoor them or inject, SEO spam or inject like, some malicious stuff into it. All of this took time. And now we're like giving AI basically, it's like, hey, there's this plugin that just had a security fix. Can you tell me where the security fix was? And can you create me a script so I could test my servers, whether my servers are still vulnerable? But in reality, of course, they use that script to just attack all of the websites that they could and take over as much as they can. So this speed to exploit has gone to a point where if you're, first of all, running out updates saves you at, let's say, 50% of the time. But how many of the people are actually, willing to run out updates, because there's still a very clear risk of breaking sites. And then if you're essentially just relying on, manually updating when a vulnerability comes out, and it happens to come out 2 a.m. in the morning, by the time in the morning, your website is already hacked. So it is super important to build defenses around the website to make sure that the mitigation or like the protection against these vulnerabilities happens as quickly as possible and as a priority.
Of course, I think there's a lot of homework to do in terms of security. So yeah.
Sure.
And one last question, maybe before we jump into the question, any questions coming in the chat, is that many agencies also rely on their hosting provider to handle security and assume they have that covered. So, and I read as well in any of the other researchers that you shared that traditional defenses only blocked around 26% of vulnerability attacks. So one of my questions was why is hosting level protection alone not enough? Or yeah, I mean, because I think that's maybe, I don't know if one of the biggest misconceptions, but I think it's, people assume that they are covered with just hosting security. So if you could share also like more on that, it would be great.
The reason why we even did those tests was exactly the kind of like notion that people came to us and said like, well, our hosting company is offering, like they have security and, they're already offering firewall and, or they're saying like, oh, we have Cloudflare, and, there's like variety of security features that the hosting companies are offering. And you remember it used to be that at one point, every hosting company was like competing with like who has the best performance. Like everyone was like, oh, we have the most, like the fastest hosting, etc. And now if you look into the hosting companies, in most of the cases, it's like the security, like we have the most, the safest hosting and the most secure hosting provider, etc. So it's kind of like have flipped there. Something that we wanted to check ourselves as well, like, okay, is this true then that, if you go to a hosting company that has like Cloudflare in front of it, multiple different server level security solutions there as well, is it actually then, is it enough to be able to protect the websites? And why is it still so that even though hosting companies are offering those kind of like firewalls and things like that, why are we still seeing an increase in malware infections? Like, security companies keep reporting there is like more and more websites that get being infected with malware. So obviously the two things cannot be right at the same time, that, every hosting company is keeping your website secure from those attacks, but then at the same time, malware is being, there's like record number of malware being injected into the websites. So we started a test. So we actually reached out to two independent people in the ecosystem as well, Kevin Ohashi and Konrad Keck, to basically, we shared all of the methodology of how we do those tests and shared everything so, it wouldn't be biased. And what we did was we created a WordPress website and we intentionally installed 10 most known attacked vulnerable plugins onto them. And then we selected 10 to 15, I think on the last test, it was like even 20 different web hosting companies who advertise that their hosting includes Cloudflare, Immunify, all of those different, security solutions, firewalls, malware scanning, all these kind of things. And then we just signed up to their plan that include all these security features, installed that WordPress website there, the same WordPress website on all those 20 different hosts. And then we mimicked the exact same attacks that we see attackers are, doing when exploiting these sort of vulnerabilities and taking over the websites. And this is what we saw on those results, is that like 76% of the attacks went straight through. So even though the hosters were basically, like their marketing was offering those, saying that they're, your website stays secure with us and etc., we saw that, Cloudflare, for example, it doesn't really block the vulnerability attacks. It's good at blocking kind of like bots and, filtering out traffic, etc., but it's not really capable of having a visibility into your WordPress website and understanding like, okay, where is this vulnerability, and whether this vulnerability inside of your WordPress website is exploitable or not. And I think that is ultimately where it boils down to, is that majority of the security solutions deployed on the hosting level are either deployed on the network level, which is kind of like Cloudflare and etc., where you don't have absolutely any visibility into what this website is made of and what kind of vulnerabilities this website has. So it kind of has to like use the same thing, same rules and same security for all the websites. And then if you look into the server side, it has the same problem. It's like it just sees all of the sites as a single, you kind of like protect it as a single thing. You don't have really the visibility into like, okay, is this user that comes to the website, does it have administrator privileges or, I don't know, editor privileges, or what plugins are specifically installed to an individual website and what vulnerabilities there are, etc. So you can't really, like this most simple answer is you can't protect against what you don't know about. And that applies to all of those generic security solutions, and they're just like ineffective of protecting against WordPress specific vulnerabilities. This is kind of what came out of all of that study.
Yeah, thank you so much. And that also remind me, when you were talking about the different layers, that we have a great webinar with Lana from Patchstack as well, where she explains actually that like Swiss cheese, I think is
yes,
right?
Swiss cheese model, yeah.
Exactly about on the security layers, and she explains really well what actually what Patchstack actually does as well, and how it protects at the application layer, where a lot of, well, as you explained, a lot of vulnerabilities happen actually. So thank you so much for that, Oliver. I think we're going to see if we have some questions in the chat, which I think we do. We do have. Maybe, yeah, let's see if we can go through some of them. The first question says, should there be more focus on security in the repository? I guess in the WordPress repository. Would that help?
For sure. Something that we're starting to see more recently is supply chain attacks as well. This is like a very prevalent thing in the NPM ecosystem, like Node.js, etc., where packages are being hijacked, or the maintainers are tricked into selling them or giving the ownership over, and then the party that is taking it over is basically intentionally injecting backdoors into the code base. So we saw a similar thing happen in WordPress now, where it basically includes someone I think purchased like 12 different plugins from a vendor which had like a lot of active installations, and when they got those plugins to their hands, they just injected backdoor to all of them, released an update, and when you click update on your website, you basically install malware like that. So I think the repositories definitely have they have like a I would say they need to also take action to make sure that this kind of supply chain attacks and takeovers won't happen. This is super common right now with the NPM ecosystem, as I said, and it's a really big issue. I'm even slightly surprised that it's not happening as much in the WordPress ecosystem that it's happening there. But for sure, I would expect this to only continue to happen more and more as well. I don't think that there is a lot of work that can be done in terms of securing the plugins by the repository, or like trying to, I don't know, scan through the code bases, or like making sure like the amount of money that has to be spent to be able to on scale scan every plugin and every version and every new update for vulnerabilities. I think this is very hard to accomplish, and it's very expensive to accomplish, especially with AI. So I think the developers themselves definitely need to focus quite a lot on security and make sure that they have, VDPs set, like vulnerability disclosure programs set up, which are becoming mandatory, by the way, starting from September this year. So I think there's going to be some level of change happen on the repository side as well, both from the developer's point of view, but also from the repository or like maintainers' point of view.
Perfect. And I think we have time for one last question. So let's see. Okay. Pablo says, do you think WordPress in general will get better or worse in terms of security?
I think WordPress, so this is a question that can be really answered in multiple ways, right? If we think about WordPress core itself, I think it's already pretty secure. I'm very, like, you see right now with all these new latest kind of like flagship LLM models, even the ones that are focused on security, they are finding vulnerabilities left and right in like very old systems like Linux kernel, things like that. I'm surprised that we haven't seen a serious one in WordPress core yet, but I think it shows how strong the community behind WordPress has been and how many eyes have actually gone over WordPress core. So I would say the fact that we still haven't had any insane criticality vulnerability in the WordPress core after LLMs have been kind of like surfaced, it actually shows how resilient WordPress core itself is. When it comes to the WordPress as an ecosystem itself, so, WordPress website is never just the WordPress core. It's always a bunch of plugins as well. So I would say in this direction, there is going to be significantly more security challenges. We already see WordPress websites that are like 70% WordPress, 30% wipe-coded code base, which includes Node.js application, like components, all kinds of, packages, etc. So there's going to be this kind of, or like what we see there is already happening is this kind of merging with vibe coding and WordPress. Lots of agencies have decided not to buy or install any plugins anymore. They just vibe code every single plugin, and that introduces like new challenges as well in terms of security. So I would not use the word worse, but I would say it's going to get more complicated and difficult. And there's definitely more need to build security harnesses around how WordPress websites are being built in the future and how they're actually already being built today.
Yeah, I think, Oliver, we have a few more questions in the chat, but since we are running out of time, we can follow up in the chat as well. If you want to share more about what folks can learn more about you and Patchstack, we can share links as well. And but yeah, thank you so much. This has been a really interesting conversation, and I hope, Oliver, that we can see you soon, maybe at WordCamp Europe.
So if, people can find me there, but also you can find me on Twitter, you can find me on LinkedIn. Feel free to connect and send me any questions if you have any.
Yep, so go check that out. And thank you again for your time today, Oliver. See you soon.
Good. Thank you. See you.
Bye. All right. So, Hector, what do you think?
Well, amazing. The two first speakers didn't disappoint, and it was like super interesting. I already got so many questions myself about what you guys have been talking, and I also saw a question in the chat, like just right now, that we didn't have time to reply with Oliver, but it was about the Patchstack add-on in Modular DS, how to activate it. Not how much does it cost. So the price is €2 or $225, okay, per website, and you can activate it in any website, okay, just for flow-web.
Yeah, thank you for that. Actually, I was also checking some of those comments out because because I'm on the I'm on stage. I'm not fully aware of everything that's been shared in the chat.
Of
So thank you
course.
for that. And Hector, can you maybe share? Well, I'm going to leave the stage because I believe you are going to introduce our next guest. And so I think just leave you alone here so you can just introduce him, and I'll wait there and
Yeah, see you in a
rejoin
bit.
later.
Yeah, definitely. See you in a bit, Reyes. So, well, yeah, we have our next speaker, which is Matt Tutorials, or is known as Matt Tutorials. So, please let's welcome him to the stage. Hey, Matt, how are you?
Hey, Hector. Honored to be here. I'm good, man. How are you?
Well, very happy to have you here. Very excited. I think today it's a great event so far, and I'm sure it's just gonna keep getting better. So yeah, honored to have you here as well, and eager to check some things with you. Also ask you a few questions. But before anything, uh, probably most people already know you from your YouTube channel. But can you tell us a little bit more about yourself and kind of introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. So I've been building for the web since the early 2001 dial-up internet days. Starting
Okay.
with basic HTML, eventually moving into the professional world of SEO and marketing for some of the biggest brands in the Netherlands as sales and account manager. Oh, it was fun. But after a couple of years, I decided to go solo in 2013 to help entrepreneurs and small businesses to become successful on the internet. And then my actual clients from the start said, hey, you should create YouTube tutorials because you can explain everything so relaxed and chill. And well, that's 6 years ago. And now I create in-depth tutorial full-time, step-by-step tutorials. And I show people how to do software, build websites with WordPress, AI, show how to use SaaS products like SEMrush, RankMath, speed up WordPress, how to run an agency, etc., etc.
Nice. I think everybody can check out your YouTube channel. We'll probably mention it later again, but I'm particularly interested also because today most of our audience are agencies or freelancers doing web design, web development, web maintenance, I hope. And you also run a web agency yourself for quite a few time now. So I would love to hear more about that. Like how is it? Like what services do you offer right now?
Yeah, so since 2013, I almost give people every services like designing, building, hosting, doing maintenance, SEO. Also help people with email marketing, but I have never touched search engine advertising because it's so boring.
Okay, I understand that. And well, mandatory questions. How many websites do you manage, Matt?
At this point, still 40 clients' website, 20 personal websites, and 2 e-commerce websites with physical products that I designed myself, being packed and shipped by my parents, so they control the entire shop industry.
Nice. Well, a lot of websites. And if we talk about WordPress maintenance, which I know do you also offer to most of those clients, from your experience, why do you think WordPress maintenance is a good business opportunity for agencies or freelancers?
Well, for 2 reasons. It's one is recurring revenue. It's scalable and it's as simple as that. You're leaving thousands of euros on the table if you don't have a maintenance plan for your clients. Because, well, I have clients from the start, 2013, still paying me today every single month for the maintenance. And the second reason is if you really want to help other human beings, like entrepreneurs or solopreneurs or, small businesses, you genuinely, if you want to help them, they actually have no idea how to control their website, how to update it, how to maintain it, how to be safe for hackers. They have no clue. So if you really want to help someone, please use your knowledge, use your skills and help them. And there's nothing better than just the satisfaction of helping your clients staying safe, keeping to control and maintaining their own business without having to worry about all this online stuff.
Yeah, really good. I mean, they are actually like really related because normally a good business it's a business where you're actually helping people a lot because that means it's very
Exactly.
valuable for the end client. So yeah, amazing, great explanation. And well, talking a little bit about Modular DS, which I know you have started using not so long ago, coming from a different management tool. Okay, I would like to ask you. Okay, since most of the audience here are Modular DS users, we are in a trusting group. Okay, so what was missing in your previous setup, and what made you feel like it was time to make the switch to a tool like Modular DS?
Well, first of all, I've been using one of these competitors of Modular DS for quite a while now, for like 10 years, I think. And there was just those features keep on cluttering. So the whole dashboard was extremely cluttered. It still is, in my opinion. You have to host it yourself. Well, you kind of know which one I'm talking about. Also, as a YouTuber, I get a lot of contract sponsor options, questions. Hey, look at this. And then I looked at all of those maintenance apps and solutions, and I still wasn't impressed enough to switch to Modular DS. However, I meet Hector at CloudFest in real life, and I was like, okay, just another one. Well, let's just see it, because he was so kind. And then we sat down, and he showed me the system, and I was immediately sold. There was so many features, and it was the user interface was so clean. So that's why I thought, like, wow, this is amazing. But there are actually a few features that are very interesting. It's way more stable to what I'm used to. You can see I have a lot of errors with my current system, with our previous system. I have, for example, 4 clients connected to one website at the same time. I don't know how that works. Every time it updates, it just copies things, and databases got corrupted. I don't know what's happening. So it's not a cheap one either, but it's also Modular DS is way faster, syncing, updating all websites at the same time. It's way better, because it just really recognizes what server are your clients at. Is it at 10? Then they update 10 at a time. If you have another server, then the other 10 could be simultaneously be updated. I mean, that's way faster, way professionaler than what it was. I don't have to install 10 different plugins just to create more functionality in my maintenance system. They're also connecting to new websites. My goodness, I had so many problems just simply connecting a new site. Error upon giving login information, upon can't connect because of firewall, because of hosting. I don't know what's this, but with Modular DS until now, it's just all a breeze.
Nice. Well, amazing. Well, now, Matt, I'm going to ask you to stay with me, okay, before we get to the last couple of questions. And we are also kind of going to play a game with the audience here and with you. But first, taking advantage, since we are talking about Modular DS, and before we introduce the Modular DS version 3.0, I want to go back and really quickly talk a little bit about the last features we have launched in the past few months. Okay, for maybe anybody in the audience who hasn't used Modular yet, or anybody who maybe is not using everything that they can with Modular DS. So really quick, I'm gonna share my screen here. Okay, give me 1 second. Is this screen right here? And I'm gonna send it to the stage. Okay, so basically what I wanted to see it's just the last features, like I said, that we launched, going in order from the most recent one, which is basically the migration and cloning option. So one thing we added, because it was highly requested by our users, was the option from Modular DS here in the site settings of any one of the sites to just migrate that website or clone that website to a different, well, to a different server, or same server using a different domain. Okay, if we want to do a copy of the website, or maybe if we just want to switch hosting companies, okay, or work with a staging side to push changes live to production, or just do them first in staging. Okay, so what it's going to do, it's always going to tell us which backup do we want to use to do the migration or the cloning, and that way we will be able to easily do it from Modular DS. So I'm not going to get too into it. I just want to see them really quick, okay, really brief for our audience. Then another really interesting thing that was also an idea that our users told us was what we call the pre-maintenance reports. Okay, and these are basically reports that can help you in your agency to sell the maintenance service. Okay, because basically what they do is that you connect a website to Modular DS, and you can immediately create a report with all the things that have to be done pre maintenance, all the things that have to be done in the website. Okay, so you can send to your clients like, well, maybe not clients, like maybe all clients that you didn't do maintenance for, and you can tell them, okay, there are all these pending updates, pending database optimization, there are maybe even vulnerabilities. We were talking with Oliver about that. Okay, and you can generate this report, send to your clients, and tell them, hey, you probably need my maintenance service, so you could probably hire me, like Matt said, and that's a good recurring business for us. Okay, so this is meant for you to have a way, an easier way to sell your maintenance plans. Okay, next one is the new uptime monitor, which basically, okay, here is now much more complete. Okay, it gives us much more information, the full trace of every check that is being done in our website, and if there is actually a problem, we will see what the problem was. Okay, wait, I'm reloading. Okay, here we will see exactly what happened on the website. Okay, that's very important. It's also much more reliable than before, and we can even check for different pages, not only the home page. Okay, and then the last one I want to talk about, it's what we call the smart auto updates. Oliver also said that, talking about security, one important thing could be to have the plugins always updated and maybe have like WordPress auto updates. But normally this is a high risk because, you know, like many updates can actually break your site. So you know what I'm talking about, Matt. Yeah. So
I know.
yeah, so what we can do now with Modular DS is that, besides the update copilot that we already had before, which is a score that tells us how likely is a plugin update going to break our site. Okay, besides this, we can also set automated updates and say, okay, so I want to do it immediately if there is a vulnerability. I don't even want to wait for, I don't know, like Mondays when I do the automated updates. And also, I only want to update it if it's been released for like 3 days, for example, and not immediately because it might not be stable, you know. And then maybe only update minor or hot fixes and leave major updates to me, you know. So this is kind of our way to allow you to actually do automated updates in a secure way. Okay, and these are, like I said, the last few big features we have launched. There has been a lot of other small features, but these are like the main ones. I don't know, Matt, if you have already been using any of these. What are your thoughts about it?
I think these are perfect. I mean, the migration and cloning was still missing, so that's I'm really glad it is here. Just one click, just go, and you know, it's perfect. The pre-maintenance report, as you said it yourself, to make for a client visible what they're missing on, what you will do next, how it will look every single month or week or whatever you do. That's just, it was incredible. I never thought of that one before. The uptime monitor is, I genuinely am impressed with it, because now you can see, is it my DNS service that is not functioning all right, or is it my server itself? Is it the hosting, or is it WordPress? I just really like that you can see where it went wrong with the uptime monitor. Smart automated updates, I love it. I love it. You saw me laughing when you said delaying, because I have multiple times I had WPML configuring with Yoast. I never used Yoast anymore. And when I updated, it just broke my client websites multiple times. I don't know why, I don't know what, but I switched. And but if it was a delayed update, that would really help me, because 3 days later they came with an update. Too late for me, but this system, I love it. It's good. It's good.
Definitely. Well, amazing, amazing. I think our users, the feedback we have gotten is that they really liked it too. So we are very happy about it. And well, getting to the last part we are going to do with you, Matt, I have another question. And with that question, we are going to play a game with the audience. Okay. And this
Good.
question is basically, what would you like to see in the platform going forward? Like, what are your crazy ideas for new features you would like to have in Modular DS? And everybody, pay attention, because we're going to do something with this.
All right, let's go. Well, I have 4 ideas that I would think would make Modular DS better. The first one is an automated form checker. So you never know if the form that you're running on your website is actually working. So make a bot or a script or something that fills in my form every week to see if those emails are still getting delivered. Because I have so many clients who says, hey, we just noticed that 1 month later the form isn't working at all. Can you please check it? I have no way to do it right now, or I have to create something myself. But all right, the first one, automated form checker. The second one is the admin bar help notification. If a client logs in, they see in their admin bar, just somewhere small, hey, you need help, ask Matt. And then they click on it, and then they get a small form or a WhatsApp form or whatever, and they can just chat with you or send you a message. Or maybe an entire ticket system. I don't know, just saying.
Okay.
Then the third one is the auto tag feature. What I like about Modular DS is that you can load in a bunch of clients, like 200 clients. But then if I want to see all my e-commerce websites, I have to tag them manually, each one of them, to tag them with e-commerce. But it's very useful if I can also tag them with Divi or with Elementor or whatever theme you're using. What about an auto tag feature? So when you connect them to your Modular DS, it will be auto tagged and you can make it more searchable.
Okay, nice.
And the last one, I had an idea. The fourth one is the cost tracker. For example, I have 3 different servers that I'm renting with 3 different contracts with all bunch of different clients on it, also with different hosting companies. What if we could have a cost tracker inside of Modular DS, and I would say this client is on this server, and this server I pay this amount each single month. This client pays me this amount per month. So this server is like profitable for so many percentage, or, to give it all in an overview. That would be so super nice.
Okay, good ideas, good ideas. We talked before, so I already knew them, but there are some that I can say that we didn't think about them before. So they are great ideas. And well, what we are gonna do now is that we are gonna ask the audience which one of those 4 amazing ideas they would like us to implement first. Okay, so we are gonna put in the screen, okay, a survey with the 4 options you just said, and what everybody has to do in the chat, okay, in the comments, is put the number of the option they want, they prefer. Okay, which one of these 4 options? We have the survey there. Okay, you just have to type in the chat 1, 2, 3, or 4 and send it. Okay, and we will start seeing the results on a screen. Okay, and we will see if it's a close pool, or maybe if one of them is the clear winner. Okay. If you have to vote for one, Matt, which one you said is what would you say is the most important one?
For a client's point of view, I would say the form checker.
Okay, the form checker.
But for you and me as an agency owner, the cost tracker, I mean, I've never seen it before. You can build it, of course, vibe code it or put it in Excel, but it's just so nice because clients change and shift and they move away and you get new ones. So if we could have that one, yeah, for me, I would say cost tracker. For my clients, I would say the form checker.
Okay, yeah, I think the form checker, I could agree, like this is like really important. It's also something very hard to do because you have to do it manually, and that's really a pain. Like if you have to go to every website, check all the forms, you probably have to even change who is receiving the form, so you can actually see if it's receiving it and everything. So it's a real pain in the ass to do it.
It's difficult.
Yes, we see now. Okay, I see a lot of votes in the comments. Okay, since like number 1, it's winning for now. Well, since it's very important that everybody who is voting in the chat, you can only pick one because it's associated to your YouTube account, so you cannot like pick one and then send number 2. Okay, so it's only the most important one for you. It cannot be several. So I think we have a clear winner, which is number 1. Okay, although number 2 has quite a few votes too. So Great. Thank you all that voted there. And yeah, man, to finish, also one thing I would like to talk to the audience about is that if they are new to Modular DS, maybe, or they are thinking about starting using Modular DS, even though you have been doing it for just a few weeks, I consider you already an expert because you have done one of the most in-depth tutorials about Modular DS. It's on your YouTube channel. I think it's like 40 something minutes of
Yeah.
how to use Modular, a walkthrough of all the main features. Okay, so everybody who wants to learn how to use Modular, we 100% recommend to check out your video. We will also put it on the description on the video on the link. We will leave it afterwards. Okay, and yeah, I don't know if somebody in the audience has any questions about maybe like client management, agency management, or even YouTube management. Okay, having you here, like
Yeah, sure.
we're a little bit off time, but maybe we can do one quick question if somebody has one over here. Okay, well, yeah, we had one from before. It says how to calculate a maintenance plan structure. Okay, I would say it refers to the cost probably, like how to price your maintenance plans. Do you have any experience on this, Matt? What do you think?
Of course. Well, if you want to calculate it, it's with all things marketing. It's just like whatever the market is willing to pay you, and how much value are you bringing to the market to things that they cannot do themselves. So that's basically it. You have to think about, is all your updates and all your analytics reports, is that worth like 20 euros a month? I don't know. Do you have super fast hosting? I have really good hosting, 99.9% uptime, all these things, and that's worth something for the entrepreneur. So I sell my plans for 25 euros. That's the smallest plan a month, excluding VAT. Then I have a plan of 60 euros a month. I have a couple clients on that. And I have one for 250 euros a month. And those plans also, the biggest difference is also my time. How many time do they get of you? So like simple changes, fine, 25 euros a month, that's okay. But only like a certain amount. Big changes, well, not included unless you go to the 60 euros a month. I don't know. You can structure it like this.
Nice, nice. Well, we even got like real numbers here. Thank you very much, Matt.
Yeah, just an example.
That's yeah, that's really useful. Amazing. Well, so Matt, I'm gonna sadly need to thank you and say goodbye to you because we still have a lot to cover today. But it's been an absolute pleasure. Okay, I know we are gonna see you very soon at WordCamp Europe.
Yeah,
So very happy about that. And yeah, thank you very much for participating today in the event.
you're very welcome. It was my honor and love to do this, and hope to see you guys in WordCamp Europe. And if you see me walking, just say hi. I love it. Love to meet you and talk to you.
Definitely, definitely. Well, see you, Matt.
Bye.
Well, amazing, amazing. What well, three amazing speakers we've had today. It's been great. And now we are going on to the last part of this event. And for this, I'm gonna bring Reyes back to the stage, please. Reyes. Hello, Reyes. What do you think? Like, how is it going for you? Like so far, the event? No, I think you're mute, Reyes. I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. So hello again. I don't know if I was muted before as well. Now I was saying that it was super interesting, and I really enjoy that chat with Matt as well. And I also wanted to say thank you to our to all our guests today. Those were really interesting. I learned a lot, and I hope some of our live attendees also learned a lot of things today. And now I think this is the moment a lot of you have been waiting for, right, Hector?
Sorry, I'm the one muted now. So yes, this is I think this is something very big for us. We are introducing Modular DS 3.0 today. We are gonna reveal what's coming in this new version that has a lot of work behind. And yeah, one thing I wanna say before we actually get into the features, okay, is that One of the things I've been looking forward the most to this event is because last year when we did the previous edition and we presented Modular DS 2.0, I remember when we were actually revealing the features that were coming with that version. Okay, everybody in the chat was actually cheering for the ones they like the most. Like, yeah, I love this. This is what I wanted. This is very important for me. Okay, I've been waiting for this. Okay, because as last year, the features we are gonna launch today are probably the most requested features on our roadmap. So I hope you actually like them. So I encourage you to, while we are revealing them, please let us know in the chat if this is important for you, or maybe we made a mistake and we should have done a different thing. Okay. So yeah, I think we can start, right, Reyes?
Yes. So, sorry, I just was, if we could add Matt's YouTube channel, that would be great in chat, so people can follow him and see, his content as well. It was just making sure we could share that in chat. So, yes, let's go back to Modular DS 3.0. I think we have been hinting at this latest, this new release for a week now, and today we're going to show you everything we're shipping very soon. And I think, Hector, this is the biggest release of the year, right? And I would say it makes Modular DS become one of the most complete site management solutions out there. So I think some of the new features have been highly requested for a long time in our roadmap, and a couple of them, well, maybe let's save them for now, just a little bit of more time. So we're I was thinking, Hector, about making this a little fun, as you said, like that people could maybe share in the chat, what they think about the new features. Let's see. I mean, maybe we can go through everything that's new one by one, and let's save maybe a few of the most requested ones for the last one. So stick around. But I don't know. Let's see. Let me check what we have here. Maybe we can do a little bit of drum roll or something. Let's just, I don't know. Let's do something fun. Let's see. Let's present the first one. Okay.
Let's go. Let's see what it is. Okay, bulk site import. Okay, very nice, very nice. Let's see. Well, it's true that we have a small delay with the audience that is actually watching in YouTube. So the comments are not immediate, but I hope people is already saying, "Yeah, I love this. I love this."
Yeah. So, Hector, could you maybe, I don't know, tell us a little bit more about what this means and what's important for modular DS users?
Yeah, yeah, of course. So basically, this is going to allow us when we have a lot of websites, okay, and we are starting to work with Modular DS to add all those websites in a super quick and easy way. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen here, like really quick. If we can take this off, okay, I'm gonna share my screen. And here now, when you add a website into Modular DS, we are gonna be able to select the add multiple sites. Okay, it's gonna allow us to set different configurations. Okay, for example, the backups. Okay, the uptime monitor as well, and two other things that I didn't want to show, but they have already been seen. And then from here, what this is gonna do is that it's gonna create a special version of the Modular DS plugin that we can download and install in all of our sites. And as soon as we install the plugin in any of our sites, they are automatically going to appear in Modular DS with all those configurations already set up. Okay, so this is something that a lot of agencies, like those with the most number of sites, requested a lot. So now it's super easy to start working with Modular DS. So this is the first one. Let's see. Let's go to the next.
All right. I don't know if let's see, and let me check. Let me check what we have here. I think this one maybe. Okay. And new data regions. So what does this mean? And could you? I mean, of course, I know a little bit, but could you share a little bit more about why is this important?
Of course, well, this is important for some of our users, okay, because Modular DS is becoming more popular around the world. We are getting more users from every country and every continent. And until now, all the backups made using Modular DS and all the uptime checks done from Modular DS were all stored and made from European servers, okay? And now we have added the option to store your backups or do your uptime checks from the US, okay, and from Asia in Singapore, okay. So right now, I'm not gonna show this one because it's like super easy, okay. But right now, in your backup configuration and uptime configuration, you will start to see the option of where do you want your backups to be stored, for example, okay. With these three options we have set. So we have like for users all around the world now they have better options into where to store their data.
Which means more flexibility to meet their
Yes,
clients' needs. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, that's great. Okay,
definitely.
and we'll see. Oh, sorry, I forgot to share. I don't know if you want to share your
Now this one is
screen.
good because it's
Yeah,
very easy to set up, okay. So I could just go to the next one because it's going to be even more exciting.
perfect. If I, just remove something from stage before you want to share anything else, just let me know, okay? Okay, let's go. Let me see what else we have here. I think it.
Okay.
So global management screens and configuration. I think it's another pretty handy new feature. So could you let us know again, like what's this for and how users can use this new feature?
Of course, this one I'm actually going to share my screen to show it a little bit, okay? And this is because it implies a few changes, okay? I'm here in my management dashboard, okay? You're gonna see that here on the left, okay, the menu it's changed a bit, okay? Because we have more options. As you can see, we also have a collapsible menu now with all the new options, and also we have different sections, okay? Because of the new features we are just going to present, and also because we have more global screens, the same as we used to have, for example, the global reports to create reports for multiple sites with the same configuration. Now we can do the same, for example, with the uptime monitor. So here we have a screen where we can see all our uptime monitors, okay, from all of our websites to see if any of them are down, also to see the last checks from any of the websites, the configurations, for how long they have been active, okay. And from here, and this is very important because a lot of people has told us that when they were starting to use Modular DS, we can create global configurations, okay. And these global configurations can be applied to different websites, okay. For example, I could create a 30-minute configuration, 30-minute check, and apply it to these two different websites, okay, instead of having to set up the uptime monitor or the same for backups, okay, in any of my sites, okay. And of course, people is probably already seeing the other two features, but we are going to continue with the next one.
Yeah, okay. Let me for the next one, sorry, I want to actually do the drum roll thing again because I think
Okay.
it's one of the highly requested features and one that I was also looking forward to. So let me do that again. Yeah, it was fun. Yay! So I think a lot of users will be very happy to see this actually coming in our next big release. I think, well, maybe it doesn't need a lot of explanation, but still, Hector, would you like to introduce what this feature is about and how can help users?
Definitely. Well, I think this one is already getting a lot of comments in the chat. I see this one was more, or people is more excited about this one than the previous one. And of course, this is a big feature. Okay, one we have been working on for a long time. And basically it's gonna allow us to see if we have any broken links or broken images on our sites. Furthermore, it's also going to allow us to do redirections directly from Modular DS without the need of adding an extra plugin to just do a redirection to fix a broken link. So I'm gonna show it really quick. Okay, let me share my screen here. I'm inside of a website, and here in the menu now I have the broken links. Okay, and here I can see all the different broken links I have on my site. Okay, I can also automate scans, like for example every week, so my website is checked every week for broken links, or I could just do it manually. Okay, whenever I want I can go and do a scan, and it will tell me if there are broken links or broken images. Okay, I will see all the information here and all the scan history. And like I said, and this is very important as well, we can also do redirects from here. So for example, if I see a link that is broken and it's not working, okay, I could just come here to Modular DS, do the redirection, okay, and that redirection will start to work on my site, and I don't have to do it on the server side. I don't have to do it installing a plugin just for redirections. Okay, so I have all of that inside here. Okay, and yeah, I think this is a highly requested features. Like I said, it's been in the works for a long time, so I hope it's very useful for everybody.
Indeed. And I'm glad I was not the only one super excited about this one. I have been reading some of the comments in the chat, and I wanted to just highlight one of them that says, "You guys have been busy building." Indeed, the team has been doing an awesome work building the next version. So let's jump into the next one, Hector.
Yeah,
Let's see.
yeah, because we still have another one.
This is
Okay.
a small improvement, but and well, a small no. It's a pretty useful improvement. But yes, could you also let us know what does this mean exactly?
Yeah, okay, this is very easy as well. Okay, basically, I see somebody in the chat already saying a yes with all caps. Okay, this is because we have in the health status. Okay, basically you could see in Modular DS like critical errors that you might have on the site. I'm gonna share my screen real quick. And here, okay, in the critical error, health and vulnerabilities, here you could see the critical errors on the side, like both performance and security wise. And a lot of people has requested that they would like to hide these errors because maybe there is an error they can't not fix, or maybe they don't want to fix. Okay, and because it's something they intentionally did. So now you can actually hide the errors. Okay, they will go to a new section called sorry, hidden errors. Okay, and they will stop appearing in the number count. Okay, once it's recharged, it will stop appearing there, so you don't have like errors that you're not they are not important to you. They won't be there, like making sure you are like unease about what you still have to do. Okay, so a small improvement, but it's been very requested by a bunch of our users, so we are happy to add it.
Awesome, awesome. So we're going to share one last new feature coming in Modular DS 3.0, and I mean, just let me do again the drum roll thing, okay? It's fun. And
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
another important one. So also it's pretty, I think, aligned with what we have talked about with Oliver from Patchstack as well. So bear with me. Okay, here. Yay!
Malware scanner. Yes, 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 yes. This is also very requested by everybody. Well, and we talked today. Yeah, we talked today with Oliver about this because well, security is getting more and more important. We see. I mean, you guys could not believe how many hacks like we see constantly from the websites connected to Modular DS. Okay, we have around 40,000 websites connected, and every day in our logs we see websites getting hacked like all the time. So we knew we had to put more focus on security. We have our integration with Patchstack, which is great and it's working great for everybody. And now we have a new integration with Immunify. Okay, we are also partnering with a very big company in the ecosystem, very well known, very reliable, and we are integrating their features, to say like that, into our system. Okay, I see this is a lot of there's a lot of excitement about this one too in the chat.
Yeah, and I think it's great, Hector, because this, I think, uh, with both together, I mean, the integration with Patchstack and now the malware scanning, I think they both covered like the most important scenarios, like security scenarios for client sides, which is great.
Yeah,
So yeah,
definitely,
it's
definitely,
fantastic.
definitely. And one thing I want to say, I'm gonna share my screen real quick to talk a little bit about this. Okay, is that when we go to malware scan, okay, we're gonna have two different modes here. Okay, we decided that we are going to have a free version for everybody, for all of our users. It doesn't matter in which plan they are. Okay, I see somebody's already asking this in the chat. And basically, the way it's going to work is that for all of our premium users, they are going to have a full scan every month. Okay, a database and file scan to see if they have any malware on all their sites. Okay, and then we are going to have a pro add-on similar than the one we have with Patchstack. Okay, same pricing structure, €2 or $2.25, $2.25, and that is gonna allow for weekly and daily scans, and also it's going to allow you to do a scan at any moment. Okay, if you think you have malware on your site, you're just gonna be able to come here and do a scan right now. Okay, and here we are gonna see this is a testing site, okay, where we actually have some malware. So we are going to see the history of the scans we have, the files we may have corrupted, the database tables, and all of that. Okay, so if we go here, we are actually going to see like everything. Okay, so also I see there is a lot of excitement on this about the chat. I think this is going to be a game changer. We see WordPress security is getting more and more important. We want to keep giving our users like more options to actually keep their website secure, which is one of the main things about WordPress maintenance. So yeah, this is the last thing we are launching today, but it's I think it's been great from the team, right? What do you guys think?
I'm seeing a lot of excitement. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Well,
We have
it's
some nice
yeah,
comments as well, like very great features. I'm falling in love again. Thank you, Morten. Maybe we can show. I'm super excited as well. So yeah, another nice. This is a big one. So this
nice,
is pretty
nice.
nice. And I was wondering, Hector, we can also answer some of the questions coming in through. Oh, well, before that, I think I don't want to forget
Yeah,
that we have a little gift, right?
yeah, we have one last small surprise for everybody who is actually here watching the event to thank them, and then we are gonna go to the questions. So please, if you have any questions about these features, okay, just leave them in the chat. Another important thing about these features is that they are not live right now as of this moment, okay, and they are gonna be live tomorrow, okay, in 24 hours tomorrow at the same time we did this event today. Okay, so it might be a different time depending on where you guys live. We are actually going to release version 3.0 with all these new features. Okay, and very important, some of them will be on a beta release. Okay, because we it's a lot of stuff. We want you guys to try it, to test it, to tell us if there is something missing, if you think it could be improved somehow. Okay, like you have always done. We would love for your help to finish like the preparation of these features. And well, I see Morten and he says I'm crying from happiness right now. Yeah, we are we are very happy that you guys like it. We know as soon as you get your hands on them, you're gonna like them a lot because the development team has done an outstanding work, and I think they are really game changers. Okay, and yeah, I don't want to talk too much. I keep talking and never stop. So let's say what small gift we have for everybody who is right now here, Reyes.
Yes, because we are running. I mean, we have been for a lot of time. I mean, not a lot of time, but yes, we don't want to keep you waiting more. So let's um, let's do this sector.
Okay, yes. So we have probably our biggest discount of the year. Okay, I can say even more than Black Friday probably, and it's 30% off on any modular DS plan. Okay, for 12 months or for 1 year. Okay, whatever you prefer, monthly or annual billing with that code Connect 26. Okay, and very important. Okay, because this is only for new users, okay, getting a new plan. But of course, we had to do something for everybody who is already using Modular DS, which I'm assuming it's a lot of you. So also for any upgrades you want to do, like any plan upgrade, if you want to go to the next plan, you have to get more websites, more storage, more well, different options in the features. Okay, you will also be able to get this discount. Okay, so yeah, it's our token of gratitude for being here today, because like I said, this is only going to be for people attending this event. Okay, anybody else is not going to have this discount. Okay, and because we are very very happy that you guys were with us for this release.
Yeah, I was going to ask that that what happens, like with current users, but you already answered that. So thank you. So I think Hector, we can just move on to Q&A before
Yeah,
we say goodbye. So let's see if we have any questions coming in. Uh,
definitely, definitely. Okay, Steve says, great stuff. Will they show in the reports if needed? Okay, this is a good question. Could be about broken link checker, could be about malware scan as well. And yes, they are going to be shown in reports. Okay, actually, I have to say that we are still thinking how we, since they are kind of, how to say, they are kind of like negative things about the website, both broken links and malware that you might have on your website. They are not things you would like to say to your clients, like, hey, your website has malware. Okay, it's not something nice to say. So we are still thinking about how exactly it's going to be shown. But yeah, in the next few days, if not tomorrow, okay, we are actually going to add it, so you can add it to the reports. Okay, so probably in your next month reports, if you want to add them, okay, you will be able to do it once you have used the feature for a few days.
awesome. And I was checking if we have more questions there. Maybe Manu can let us know. And are there any more questions? Oh, there we have. Any plans to add CLI or API to connect to Modular DS?
Well, actually, I can say, and I believe it's in our public roadmap, okay, that pretty soon we are releasing our public API, okay, to get data from Modular DS. That's one of the first steps. So that's there, okay. I cannot say exactly when that is gonna be when that is gonna be live, but it's coming like very soon, okay. And about the CLI, still no idea about that. Okay, but hopefully we can do it in the future if you guys need it.
All right.
What else do
I
we have?
I was just checking. Oh, okay. Show broken stuff in pre-maintenance, fixes done in other reports.
Yeah, that's kind of what we are thinking, Morten, for both broken links and malware. So it's probably the route we are going to do. Still thinking exactly how are we going to present that to the final client, but yeah, it will probably be something on that line.
All
E-
right. And any project with AI?
Well, interesting. And yes, I can say we are also, well, not currently working because 3.0 is taking all of our lives, literally. But we are planning on keep the work on some features very related to AI and how AI is being used nowadays to integrate that in your maintenance workflow. So I cannot say much more yet, But of course, if you have been following us or you use Modular DS, you know in the coming months there are a lot of other new things that are going to be in Modular DS, and some of them I can tell you they are related to AI or powered by AI.
Yeah, and
Okay.
for those who maybe don't know, but the smart automation feature, and we have also the update copilot feature. I mean, I think those are also great in terms of, like, well, not AI, but kind of, yeah, like a smart automation tools. So that
Yeah,
sounds pretty
and
good
they
too.
also have their AA part. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, exactly. And I think one last question, Hector.
Okay. I have over 240 sites on Modular. Is there a bundle option? 225 per site adds up. Okay, of course. Yeah, so this is something we can normally do. Okay, so for people with a lot of sites, or that maybe wants to add one of the add-ons to multiple sites, or maybe you are on a plan and you want to add many more sites. Okay, we do have some discounts by volume. Okay, so you can always ask us in the chat, and we can talk about the specific case. Okay. So yeah, Morgan, just please send us a message, and I'm sure we'll be able to do something.
Awesome. So I think, Hector, this is the, I mean, since we are running out of time, I think if there are any more questions coming in, maybe we can just follow up tomorrow, or um, just feel free to reach out and we can answer those questions. And just, I mean, Hector, if you want to, I don't know, like, share if there's anything else in the chat, or you want to, I don't know, take anything of
Yeah, I'm
the
gonna take
comments,
the
I
time
think.
to. I'm gonna reply one more question that I just saw.
Okay, perfect. Then I'm going to leave you on stage. Okay, I'll be right back. It's just a little surprise. So I'll see you later.
Of course. Okay, so Fabio, who I just saw this weekend at Work in Portugal, very happy to see him here. Okay, ask backups to drive. Backups drive Dropbox was moved to in progress. Okay, any estimation on your own S3? Okay, so uh, we are thinking, well, we are working on this. Okay, like I said, everything is stopped now because of the release of Modular DS 3.0, but we are working on this, so we hope, like I said, with the API very soon. Okay, you follow our roadmap, that things that seem to be in progress, they don't take much time to be released. Okay, so very soon we are gonna be adding this. Okay, because we know it's also important for many of you. Okay, and with this, we are going to close. Okay, and before we finish, let me check this over here. Okay, because I'm gonna get my computer. Okay, because we wanna say hi from part of all the Modular DS team. Okay, so say hi to the makers of Modular. So they are the team behind Modular DS, and well, we all thank you very much for being here today. Okay, and yeah, we'll send you an email tomorrow, all of you, with all the news, all the Modular DS 3.0. Okay, so you can start trying everything. And yeah, it's been a pleasure to have you all here, and we hope we can view all of you very solidly. If you are going to work in Europe, any of you can probably catch us there. And yeah, once again, thank you all very much for joining us, and we will see you all very soon. Bye bye.